Aberdeen city region is famed for its beautiful landscapes and its natural and human resources. More recently, the oil and gas industry has made Aberdeen City and Shire the UK's only internationally recognised energy capital. City region leaders and stakeholders have put together an ambitious onshore 20-year £2.9 billion city region deal bid. This seeks to anchor a vital industry to the region for the benefit of North East Scotland and UK plc as a whole. In the last 40 years, it's estimated that over £300 billion in direct tax revenues has been generated. In 2012, 5.5% of UK taxes were generated by the UK oil and gas industry, which is predominantly based in Aberdeen. Around 10% of the city region's workforce is employed directly in the energy sector, but a total of 137,000 jobs are reliant on the industry. UK-wide, 450,000 jobs are dependent on the industry at Aberdeen through an extended supply chain that reaches well beyond North East Scotland and across the UK.
Currently, I'm afraid Aberdeen is part of the cost and efficiency problem.
The lack of enabling public sector investment is holding back investment from the private sector.
The Wood Review estimates that there's a potential for up to a further £141 billion in tax revenues still to be generated for UK plc. Yet all this is put at risk by creaking infrastructure, high costs, low global oil prices and increasing competition. Investment lost to Aberdeen is investment lost to the UK. Aberdeen competes globally for the skills, investment and resources that sustain the oil and gas industry. The city region's skills and expertise in applied science and engineering more widely are increasingly desirable to the international export market.
Aberdeen is recognised as an international hub of expertise for the oil and gas sector. We need to make sure that that position is firmly anchored here for decades to come as we face the challenges of volatile oil prices and operating in a mature basin.
The two councils are using all their capacity to invest in local infrastructure. The £1.4 billion through their 10-year capital plans is testament to this, including £150 million towards the Aberdeen Western Peripheral route. Aberdeen City is consulting on an ambitious master plan to resolve long-standing transport and housing issues and make the city centre a more attractive place to live, work and invest. But more needs to be done to anchor this key industry to the North East and to the UK. Aberdeen City and Shire have been working towards a costed £2.9 billion city region deal programme. The programme outlines a series of infrastructure interventions, from boosting transport capacity to building 15,000 homes over 20 years to expanding digital connectivity. A new economic development strategy will be based on collaboration and innovation between industry, the public sector and academia to develop a new oil and gas technology institute. It will be a research centre of excellence, covering enhanced oil recovery, seafloor drilling, decommissioning and biopharmaceuticals. Aberdeen City Region has been at the centre of the renewable energy industry since 1997. Much of the technology and skills relevant to oil and gas is also readily transferable to the renewables industry. Indeed, some of the supply chain is also shared with the oil and gas sector and can be developed further. A significant proportion of Europe's wind and tidal resource is located in the north of Scotland, and a renewable energy research and demonstration centre covering a range of renewable sources would be supported. This will complement our plans for the Energetica corridor.
The City-Region deal is vitally important for everyone who lives and works in Aberdeenshire. It will allow us to take on the challenges of transport, housing and a skilled workforce, and help us ensure a prosperous future for this area.
And let me make very clear today that we are ready and willing to work with Aberdeen and Aberdeenshire councils on any proposals for a city deal that it chooses to put forward.
A joined-up approach to locating trade support in the city region will help the industry internationalise to stimulate growth in export opportunities. The goal is to increase sector turnover attributable to exports from 51% to 75% by 2025. For every pound in oilfield profitability, the Treasury receives an average of 62 pence in additional tax income, a great basis for supporting additional investment in Aberdeen City Region's growth plans and to invest to sustain success. The City Region deal is an ambitious programme for growth, covering transport and housing, research and innovation, skills development and an export drive. It's a deal that our research shows could bring in 40,000 more jobs by 2025 and an additional £5.1 billion per annum in gross value-added terms to the City Region over the same period. A City Region deal for Aberdeen City and Shire, a City Region deal for UK plc.